Bonjour, Mardi Jester here, and welcome back to Greatest Battles. In this video, I'm going to be going after the Foundation challenges. So, without further ado, let's make a start on the Foundation Saga. Starting us off with a bang, we are going to the Covert Caverns to complete the assignment to... well... smack people around with a harvesting tool. Yeah, that's literally all I get done here. So, I'm going to be landing inside here, and for the next little bit, somebody else is going to be speaking.
The enemy has recruited new spies, and I'd like to know who they are. The Imagined Order guard suits are programmed to recognize friendly agents. So, could you, if you would, gently, softly, and permanently eliminate one of them? Thank you. Bring the suit's keycard to me and we'll pretend this never happened.
I love how he says, gently eliminate one of them. That is just absolutely, that is just absolute gold. Like, the first time I heard that they are programmed to recognize friendly agents, I thought that the guards themselves were machines. But I now realize that he said their suits are programmed to do so. So, here in a little bit, a cat is going to be coming up to me, and lands one blow with the striker pump, and then I start smacking them around with the spear, but they take me out instead. After having set myself up to fail in the last one, this one I did a little bit differently. A little bit smarter, if you would. This is probably going to get me banned, but I pretended to be AFK and tried to fool this guy right here into thinking that I was. However, the fact of the matter is, I was watching him like a hawk to see if he was actually AFK, or if he was just there AFK for a little bit. I was kind of hoping that he'd stay AFK, but unfortunately, I believe he does come back partway through the fall, and I have to give chase in order to, yeah, I have to give chase when we start gliding. So, I chase him down with my Guardian, or Sentinel, or whatever this thing is called, and we start trying to hit each other with our respective harvesting tools. So, I don't do this often. I just did it as a part of a strategy to easily get the plasma spike for the Foundation. I'm not really trying to cheat, to be honest with you guys. And now we finally come to a listed challenge. This time, I am going to be visiting the Mighty Monument, a 7 outpost, and the Sanctuary. And apparently, Mirage has been on again, after one of us told him, specifically me, that we got a lightsaber-like thing and told him to check it out. So part of the mission was already done by him. However, after he had done his round, I came back and completed the rest of the challenge. So, here I am at Mighty Monument, one of the two places he said he went, and I'll be heading over to the Sanctuary next. And then the last thing that we needed to do, or rather I needed to do, was to visit a 7 outpost. So, suffice it to say, the times that I went to the Sanctuary and the Mighty Monument in reverse order, neither of those two count for me. And unfortunately, Zeta Beetle trimmed out the part that Mirage done because this is my series after all, instead of his. So yeah, I kind of did it illegitimately, but oh well. Can't have an omelet without breaking a few eggs, right? Alrighty, so I marked one of the 7 outposts on the map, so here in a little bit I'm going to be heading there. This one is going to take a while, actually. This one's about 8 minutes long, so get comfy, just just relax for a little bit, or be at the edge of your seat whenever I go into a fight, and it doesn't really matter to me. But this episode is going to be all focused on me as Haven taking care of these quests. The next 4 episodes will be me inside of the Foundation suit doing these challenges instead. So you have that to look forward to. But don't be fooled. I'm not going to do that emote where he takes his helmet off to reveal that he's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm not gonna do that because pretty much everyone does that. And for one thing, I want to be unique and actually keep the helmet on. And for another, I just think the high-tech helmet looks way better than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And I'm not saying that because I hate the guy. He is a great actor, and he just plays some really good roles, and he does them really well. The thing is, what do you think I'm going to gravitate towards more? A human face that I have seen in many movies, or a high-tech helmet that looks as awesome as something you might see off of Star Wars or something? I mean, seriously. Is there any contests? I'm going to pick the high-tech helmet. Again, I'd have nothing against Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but like with some things that people call rare skins, aside from their rarity, there's not much to them. Same with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being based off of an actual actor. The Foundation, that is. It's just a human, guys. Like, if I'm going to wear a skin, it's got to look at least semi-unique, or do something semi-unique. Like, for example, Mystique, off of Chapter 2, Season 4. She can flip and shapeshift, and I just get a kick out of taking out people with these so-called rare skins, and then just immediately shapeshifting into them, just to add insult onto injury. Like, these guys think they are so cool just because they wear rare skins, But if you ain't got a PvP skill to your name, what good is that to you? Like, if a Mystique kills you, they can just as easily take that rare skin from you and just parade around as you for until they kill somebody else. And then what? You no longer have the rarest skin in the game because somebody just imitated you perfectly. Like, if you have a black back bling and everything, they will copy your back bling. And this even applies even if your Mystique preset does not have a back bling. Like, the only thing that that will ruin the illusion is if Mystique does wear a back bling and you don't. Then it's not so perfect. That's why I have got both a Mystique that has a back bling and one that does not. Because the one that I really want to show off with and say, haha, I stole your so-called rare skin, what are you gonna do about it, huh? I can actually do that, back bling and all, with Mystique. And that happens to be the last of the visit challenge. Now we're getting into a slightly harder challenge. This time I had to drink 4 shield potions in a single match. Alright, so it's not that hard. Like, I managed to complete it to third. I managed to complete it third out of the whole group. However, it is still slightly harder than the rest of the challenges, solely because you have to do it all in one match. And I do realize that I did make the harvesting tool challenge harder on myself than it needed to be. However, still yet, this one definitely takes the cake as the hardest challenge that I've done so far. Easily. So it'll take a while for me to go on ahead and even get 1 shield potion more drank than I already did. And this is going to be the latter half of the challenge because the former half was done in the previous clip. So yeah, I'm just basically chugging down all 4 of the shield potions right here, so that I can get that done. And apparently that's not the only notable thing about this round. Otherwise I would have stopped the clip right then and there. Clearly something else is going on here, so I'm just going to stay put and watch. So here I am taking out somebody with the new heavy shotgun, which, by the way, huge improvement over the previous design. Like, there is no way around it. This is the definitive heavy shotgun. Like, no questions asked, nothing. This is what the heavy shotgun should have been the whole time. Like, sure, it can be overpowered if you aim it, but the thing about things like that is, it gives noobs like me a fair chance against pros like them, and even then, bear in mind, still yet, I get killed whenever I use one, because I have learned very little over my almost 4 years of playing this game. Oh, did that only just count? Really? Did that only just count? I could have swore I had drank 4 shield potions long before this. Oh well, whatever. Let's get a move on to the next scene, because still yet apparently I have not done everything. Either that, or I was just waiting until I died here, which is fairly common for me even in my practice DVD. Yeah, I've been practicing for let's see. I have been practicing for at least I've been practicing for almost 6 years before I finally joined the YouTube circuit. Like, I started back in December of last year, and come to think of it, I kinda did the same thing when I started out on the practice DVDs, so that's cool. And here we have only the second longest clip in this episode, the first longest being to visit the Mighty Monument, a 7 outpost, and the Sanctuary. So, yeah. That's the clip that has the most time on it. So, here I am doing the challenge to hire characters and travel 1,000 meters with them. So, I have completed the first part of that challenge right now, and then I'm going to start my walk here in a little bit. And I am still so happy that I managed to catch this round. It is pure genius gold right here. I stuck the wall, and that person came up the ramp, dropping down on the wall at the exact moment that those clingers went off, killing them instantly. That was my best clinger play of pretty much my entire career. Like, I won a game in Chapter 1, Season 7, but I wasn't able to show it off on YouTube because it happened to be on a practice DVD, and the thing that's wrong with that is, I would have to use a computer with a pretty good antivirus program on it in order to upload the files onto it. It's something that I don't know how to do, though that didn't really stop me from starting my career on PlayStation 4. And the DVDs are starting to get obsolete, because there's now Blu-rays, and essentially that's just...
Hey, Paradigm. So far I've refrained from laying a guilt trip on you like my mom used to do, which you should appreciate. Or should have appreciated, because those days are over. We have reports of seismological disturbances from the underside of the island. That leads me to believe that the Imagined Order are not only active, they're gathering forces. The Imagined Order is playing with a fire that will consume
Yeah, and I agree with that. The imagined order is playing with the 0 point, which, if anyone's played Season X, like Zenkai Beetle has, once again on the practice DVDs, so we can't show it, um, then you'll know that the end event, which has all of those rockets going into the 0 point, and then forcing the meteor practically down its throat, caused a black hole that consumed pretty much everything, and then it basically rebooted the whole thing and created the Chapter 2 island. By the way, the end in Chapter 2 was not quite as high caliber compared to it, because instead of making a black hole that consumed everything and just basically recreated it at a later date, this end event had the solution to turn the entire island over and drown the Cube Queen, from what I gather. Something happened to her, in any way you slice it, that ended up being bad for her and good for us. And in that, and Chapter 2, Season 7, the imagined order were just simply the lesser of two evils. That does not change the fact that they are manipulating the 0 point for their own gain. Of course, that could be me and pretty much loads of other people bitter about the imagined order attempting to blow us up in the mothership, and just to keep the cubes from breaking loose, which, surprise surprise, that failed. So, as long as Fortnite has players playing it, the narrative will go on and on and on until the game finally, if it ever, dies. And then they'll have to figure out some sort of event that just completely ends the entire game for everyone. So, I guess there we go. We've got that challenge done. Let's move on to the outro. Alrighty, that seems to be about as much time as I can spend for today, but join me next time when I snipe an opponent while crouching, search chests in covert caverns, deal headshot damage with common weapons, and deal damage from above. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Until then, au revoir, mes amis.